Give me all you've got. If you're prepared to break the silence, I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lions. I've been feeling down, but I've been looking.
Okay, you are welcome back to WINFXTRADING YouTube channel. There was a video I did a couple of days ago about Unit Zero Forex trading strategy. I'm not telling you to just be implementing the strategy on your own when you are doing it the wrong way, but I'm just showing you the power of our VIP. Unit 2 is not only zero unit forex strategy that we use. Using it alone cannot help. It's just like solving Fourier series problem or high frequency domain problem with only Fourier transforms. You see, we employ other strategies like smart money concept, liquidity grab. There are many things we employ. So this signal were shared in the VIP and you shouldn't be missing. This is over $200,000 plus, made in less than 1 hour. Let me show you what really happened. You can see first of all, you look at the tangent effect. That's what you call tangent effect. That's why I tell you, it's not everything I talk on YouTube. It's not everything I do video about. There are a lot of things hidden. If you check this thing, we are going to measure the angle to get the tangent effect first. It's necessary. A tangent effect is the highest force that push the forex market. It's actually hidden. It's hidden. But when you are losing and you don't know why you are losing, it's because it's beyond you. It's beyond your knowledge. You can't solve a problem, whether let's say mathematical problem or physical problem. You don't have idea of where to start, or the people that create that problem, you don't know how they created the problem. If a virus is released on the earth, you can only provide the antidote to that virus if you know how they create the virus. So let me show you something. I'm going to screenshot this. First of all, I also need to put a horizontal at any point. Then I'm going to screenshot it again. Now I'm going to take you to an angular measuring instrument. Okay, I'll pick the angular measuring instrument, and this is the screenshot I took. Now I'm going to match the horizontal line with the horizontal part of the angular instrument. Then I'm going to center it at the intersection of the horizontal and this trend line. Instead of calling this trend line, instead of calling this one trend line, call it a tangent to a curve, or you can call it a slope, a tangent to a curve. So price action creates curve, but we only draw a tangent to a point on that curve. We draw 2 points on the curve and we match it with a straight line. So that straight line is the line of base fit that represents what is happening inside that curve. Because inside the curve, there is every point on a curve has a lot of non-linearity. They are not linear. So when we linearize it with a straight line, it will help us to simplify analysis. Okay. So this is what I did. The angle needed to be measured. Okay. You need to measure this angle and compare it with what happened in the past. Like compare what is happening right now and what is happening in the past, so that you know where the market is going. This angle is very powerful to determine who is in control of the market. It's not this tangent analysis. There are other things I will analyze before I conclude where the market is going. Okay, so we are just on this tangent analysis. The angle, if you measure it precisely, I have to be accurate. Any small mistake can disrupt things. Make sure you draw this trend very well by connecting the necessary point, okay? And then you measure. You discover that this angle is 68.7 degrees. Now, when we are doing a tangent effect analysis, we have two extremes. We have zero effect and we have infinity effect. Okay, the zero effect is when the market is moving in a horizontal plane. That is, the angle between the line, the slope line or the tangent line, is zero. The angle between the tangent line and the horizontal line is zero. That means they are parallel. When they are parallel, the tangent of that angle is zero. You may not understand what I mean by tangent. Let me take you to now. If a slope or a tangent line is parallel to a horizontal line, the angle is zero. So when we talk about tangent effect, we are going to calculate the tangent of zero. You see, it's zero. Then if it is perpendicular, like vertical to the horizontal, then it is at right angle or 90 degree. So if you now calculate the tangent of 90 degree, okay, make sure this is in degree. The calculation mode is in degree. So if you do this, it will tell you that the operation is not in existence. In reality, the tangent of 90 degree is infinity. Okay, the tangent of 90 degree is infinity. Let me show you why. If you come back to the object, assuming that this slope line is a 90 degree line, okay, something like this is at 90 degree, 90.0 degree, 90.0 degree. So let's take, okay, we are getting there. Yeah, assuming it is at right angle like this. Now, what is tangent? Tangent is a tangent of an angle is the tangent of an angle is the height. The height the angle is facing divided by the base of that angle, by the horizontal plane the angle is reacting with. That is the vertical height, the height divided by the horizontal plane, the length of the horizontal plane the angle reacts with. Now, if we are looking at tangent of 90 degree, okay, we are going to consider which height is this 90 degree facing. It have to face a height. Which height is this facing? And which horizontal plane is it reacting with? So we can easily measure the horizontal plane to be something, but we can't see the height it's facing. Like, if I complete this triangle, let's say I complete this triangle like this, okay, this is the 90 degree, okay. Most times, like idealistically, like in its simplest form, the tangent of angle that are measurable are these ones, the complementary angles. You know, complementary angles, when you add them together, you get 90 degree. So the complementary angles are any angle that is less than 90 degree. So that is the angle we look at when we are calculating tangent. So let's assume here is theta, and here is alpha. Okay, here is alpha plus theta. Alpha plus theta is what? Is always 90 degree. So if you want to get the tangent of 90 degree itself, okay, now it will lead to infinity. Now someone will say how will it lead to infinity? Now there is another definition of tangent of an angle. Now if you say tangent of an angle, let's say A, it will be equals to sine of A, the sine of A over cos of A. Just go and revisit your trigonometry. Sine of A over cos of A. Okay, it is not that sine A is, sine 90 is 1, is always 1. Okay, if you go further in your trigonometry, and cos 90 is 0. Now let's go back. I don't want to do much analysis here. Let's go back. Let's go back. Now we are going back. Now if you do 1 divided by 0, what is it going to give you? Unknown error. Every unknown error in calculating machines are infinity. That is it. If you divide anything by 0, you get infinity. Okay, so let's continue. So if the angle is at 90 degrees, the tangent effect is what? Infinity. That's why when you see market that move in a vertical line, in a vertical plane, they move with high momentum, they move with high velocity, the volume is too much, like the volatility is high, everything is high, everything is extreme, everything is maximum, everything is maximized. These are the maximum. Just like if someone asks you where does the earth end, or where is the, like, where on earth do we have the highest gravitational effect, like, you know, where does the earth end, like what's the end, like it is the highest speed you can ever see in the market. Any market that is moving in a vertical direction, fear that market. If it will reverse naturally. If you are reversing it, that vertical effect, that tangent effect will lead to more losses. Just like what happened here. Let me show you what happened here. See what happened here. These are extreme effect, these are infinity effect, because the slope is a vertical line. Okay, and so the market is moving with speed. If you go to lower time frame, you can easily position and follow the market. But at higher time frame, you will not see where to position. You'll be afraid to enter because you will feel like, what if this type of thing happen? But you can easily enter as early as possible when you notice the vertical effect. If you go to 15 minutes time frame, you will see that they will just retrace more and break. You can just position and follow the move because it's very, very profitable then. So that is by the way. So let's talk about the main thing here. The angle is what? 68 point something. So this angle is, if we calculate the tangent of this, we need to get the tangent of this angle. So the tangent of 68.7 is around 2.56. Okay, is around 2.56. Now another thing we need to consider is the polarity of the tangent effect. What is the polarity? We need to know the polarity. Okay, it depends on the angle I'm using. The angle are measured anti-clockwise. So if you look at this angle, trigonometry angle are measured anti-clockwise. So using that convention, this is a negative angle. So they didn't sign it in the instrument, but in reality, this B equals to 291.3 degrees supposed to be negative. Why this one? This 68.7 degree supposed to be a negative angle. Why this one will be natural? At least if you get the tangent of, if you calculate the let's go for tangent of 291.3. you have minus 2.56. Now that is where I'm going. You need to understand the meaning of polarity here. So we have minus 2.56 tangent effect. That minus means it is a downtrend. Okay, it is a downtrend. Remember, people that program the market then themselves are confused. They may not even predict it, but at least they use the possible mathematical instrument to create the market, of which random number is among it. So when random number is doing something, we can still use another mathematical instrument to calculate their behavior, which is this tangent effect. Okay, now what makes me to believe that this tangent effect is the strongest ever? Remember, market will do anything that we do, like whether you are going to lose or whether you're going to profit, based on the current price action, not necessarily based on the past. Okay, how do I know that this tangent effect is the strongest? How do I know? First of all, I have mapped out this trend line and measure it. Now the question now is, do I have an enemy trend line? Do I have an enemy tangent that I need to? Because there must be two tangents that are fighting each other. These are binary effects: infinity tangent and zero tangent, or like a higher tangent and a lower tangent, a stronger tangent and a weaker tangent. The stronger tangent always win if you position well, while the weaker tangent remains silent, okay, or is defeated. Now, how do we locate this enemy tangent? What could this enemy tangent be? How do we get it? Now, I'm going to take you back to the chart. Now, the enemy tangent is drawn in such a way that it intersects with the profitable tangent, the one that will make us to profit. Okay, the stronger tangent, the one that we want to trade. Okay, you have to draw it in such a way that it intersects. Okay, now let's do this. We can draw this guy here. They intersect. So I'm connecting this. Make sure that you are using points that are recent in the present, like this point, they're actually recent. This point, you see, this point, they are recent. Okay, now let's take another screenshot. Okay, let's take another screenshot. I'll take you back. Okay, now I'm going to use the same horizontal line, but I'm going to use a different center. Check where it intersects with the check where it intersects with the horizontal line. It intersects here. Now measure the horizontal line. We are measuring anti-clockwise. Okay, we are measuring anti-clockwise. So since we want to measure this, slope. See the slope we want to measure. Okay, so we measure now if we want to measure slope, let me go and correct the drawing so that we will not make mistake. Let me go and correct the drawing. You see, every tangent have their own horizontal line. I've corrected the drawing. I shouldn't use the same horizontal line to mark to get the slope angle, no, because they have different orientation. So they will align with different horizontals. So that our convention of measuring in anti-clockwise sense will hold. So this is this is the horizontal plane. This is the intersection where this slope intersect with the horizontal. Okay, this is intersection. Most time when you are doing measurement, you have to apply reality. Instrument can make mistake, or you can make mistake based on your drawing. But when you know what you are doing, because this is a vertical, this is a positive slope. So if I use the other horizontal, it will be giving me a negative result, which is wrong in reality. So this is supposed to give me a positive result. The polarity of the slope should be positive. Should have a positive sign, okay, to signal uptrend. So here I measure. So I got the angle. Check the angle when you measure anti-clockwise. Don't mind what they throw, the angle, the instrument, all this circle inside the instrument. Don't mind the circle. Don't mind all this on the inner one. No. Use your eye to know the polarity. Use your eye. You measure like this and then go anti-clockwise. So this angle now you are measuring is positive, because any angle you measure clockwise is positive. When you trace from the horizontal any angle you measure anti-clockwise is positive. That is when you trace from the horizontal to the slope or tangent, the angle you measured is positive. But if something happens and you discover that you are going clockwise or in opposite direction to the anti-clockwise, then it's negative. Okay, but then most time you don't need to be calculating the sign. The tangent function will do that for you, because what you need is the angle that move in anti-clockwise sense. So if you start from here, the angle that move in anti-clockwise sense, if you start from the horizontal and move like this, the angle you measure is 14.5 degrees. So this anti-clockwise angle is what? Positive. But also look at this big angle. If you really want to measure this big angle, you know that you will start from here and then move like this. So if we start from here and move like this, what direction have you traced? You have to ask yourself the question. If you start from here, you started from here and move like you trace clockwise direction, because you start from here and move in the direction of a clock. So you trace clockwise direction. So this is going to be negative. So this big angle is a negative angle. Now, if you want to understand what I mean, I'm going to do calculation with the two angles, and you see you have the same result. Okay, you don't need to be worried about this signs. You don't need to put the sign unless the sign come naturally, like you see that it need the sign. So that B angle equals to 345.5 degrees should be negative, because you see that we calculated it when we are going clockwise. So you have to put minus 345.5 degree. Okay, 0.5 degree. Okay, so you see is a positive number, right? Then let's delete this big angle and put the other angle, the smaller one, 14.5 degree. We get the same result, 14.5 degree. Why I didn't put sign here, a negative sign, is because we calculated this one by moving anti-clockwise. Now, approximately they are equal, the same polarity, the same numerical value. Okay, now we are going to use 0.26 as our tangent effect. Okay, now how do you now compare 0.26 and 2.56? You can see that 2.56 is stronger than 0.26. Like if you take the absolute value, remove the signs, remove the negative sign, remove the positives and just look at the value. Which one is bigger? 2.56 is bigger, meaning that sellers are in control. Even though that this market has a past uptrend market, what is happening now is that sellers are in control. Okay, sellers are in control. So sellers have more. If you can position to sell at the right price, you will notice that sellers have more power to give you bigger profits than buyers. You know, some people will say, why should I be afraid of buying because of the tangent effect of 0.26? You will buy, yes, you will buy, you will make profit. At least each time it came to this lower line, it will buy. But in the long run, there are some period of time that it will give small buy and break structure. You will see a massive tangent effect in the direction of the bigger tangent. Are you getting it? So how do you solve those problems? In other words, you have a negative statistical edge if you don't follow the big tangent. Okay, you need to follow the big tangent for you to have statistical edge. I place my TP here. I should have closed manually here, but I just placed my TP here. Why I place TP here is based on other technical information. You notice that in the past, this market created this low, okay, and move ahead. It couldn't create a higher high. It created equal high and create another low here. Though this low is a little bit higher than this one, but this low that is created went and create another equal high. So market has been ranging because they are creating equal highs and low. Has been ranging in this plane, meaning that we have a what, like, based on the scenario, we have a zero tangent effect. Zero tangent effect means that any tangent line you draw to represent the market is at 0 degree with the horizontal, is parallel to the horizontal. So trading such will be like you'll be faced with breakout. Yes, you'll be faced with breakout. It is directionless. It doesn't have direction because it's just ranging up and down. Now, when I notice that there is a break of this low, you see the market made a low here that is lower than this. That means there is a change of character and the liquidity has been created here. Yes, that price will always come here. Liquidity is where price will go and do something, either pick orders or continue, like either reverse it, go there, reverse, or it break it. Okay, that is, liquidity is where there is massive activity, where a massive activity lead to a liquidity price, like lead to a price that is very, very liquid, meaning that many traders will come there and do something. Okay, so because of this, what I need to do is to ask myself, where do sellers sell? Where do sellers sell? I want to sell because the controller now is sellers. See the tangent effect of this line, 2.56. Imagine, compare it with 0.26. You discover that sellers are more like, they are 10 times stronger than buyers. Okay, so I waited patiently. I see other people, other telegrams, signal providers. They have been buying. They bought it, but that is foolishness. They bought it. They made some fast money, but that is not the right thing. You see, I waited for it to react to this internal structure that was broken. I labeled it. I don't want to miss the opportunity, so I have to be fast. Most time, use your stop loss to guide yourself. The stop loss is supposed to be above unreachable level, like here. You see where I place my stop loss, because I believe even if it come here, it will find it difficult to reach that stop loss, because there is pause here. The market paused for a moment. There were inactivities here, and suddenly sellers overtook. So Once this is a liquidity area, once price get back here, you see where price get back, you see where I enter, it will sell. Okay, there are about two areas where you can sell. You can sell here, you can sell on this top, but wherever you sell determine where your stop loss will be. So if I'm selling, I have to move my stop loss here. I will also monitor the trade. If I notice it's still coming against me, I will move the stop loss above here. I know that it will sell. Sellers are going to win. Okay, that they play ball away from the 18 does not mean that the team that are losing the ball have missed. Like team A is about to score, they reach 18, the opponent team kick the ball away from 18. That does not mean that goal will not be scored. The goal will be scored if the team that brought that ball to 18 know what they're doing. Are you getting me? Market is much more stronger than football. Traders have mass psychology effect on their trading style. So once they want to sell, they are selling. Nothing will prevent them. And once they want to buy, they buy. And once sellers are dominating the market, they are dominating. Even if you commit suicide, you can't reverse it. Check USD/JPY. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something. I will use USD/JPY as a scenario. Okay, I'm going to use USD/JPY. We are going to go to the monthly time frame. Okay, I will apply the tangent effect anyway. I will apply it in the month. You will see the power of tangent effect. Let's draw a tangent to 2 points along this line. Let's just draw a tangent to 2 points. So we use this point. Let me mark them. A point here, and you have to draw your tangent as early as possible so that you will not miss opportunities, isn't it? Yes. At times you can place an arrow along that tangent to show that you are dealing with the vector problem, directions. You are dealing with the direction. You are not just here doing something sluggishly. You know where you are going. Okay, so you place an arrow. Okay, if you pass through vector calculus or vector analysis, vector courses in mechanics, you understand the power of direction. Okay, now if you want to calculate the tangent effect of this, you have to measure this angle. Okay, what is this angle? Let's go back. This video is taking time, but it's necessary so that when I tell you to join VIP, there is reason for that. Okay, now this might happen a couple of let's say 2 years or 3 years ago, when USD/JPY was trading at 106.922 price. It's trading at that price, you know. So when you measure anti-clockwise, that is our convention. The angle there is 75 points. The inner angle, the smaller angle, or what we call the acute angle, is 75.7 degrees. If you look at this angle, what is the tangent of that angle? Let's go. Let us not be sluggish. Let's do something. Even though it's taking time, let's do this. The tangent of 75.7 is 3.87 degrees. I mean 3.87. I'm sorry. That 3.87, if you approximate it, if it's 3.86, if you approximate it is 3.87. Okay, now what is the enemy tangent? That's the question. Let's go and get the enemy tangent. What could be the enemy tangent? You now look at that point, which trend line are you going to draw that will intersect with the one you have already drawn? Okay, that will intersect with your friend, the one that you want to trade, that you think is going to work, but you are just doing mathematical analysis to see the truth. So if you check this angle, we have this guy. This guy is like, measure it, make sure you draw it accurately. You need 2 points. 2 points. We can take this, the intersect, right? Can move it. Most time at the month, if you are using 𝒓𝒊𝒔𝒉, they used to have issue here, unless you are using TradingView. But let's manage this. Now let's draw this person's horizontal here. They should not be using the same horizontal line, so let's shift it here. Okay, let's remove this to avoid confusion. Then let's screenshot, and then I'm going to take it to my angular measurement. Now we are going to do another measurement in anti-clockwise sense. Get our center, then match it with the horizontal, and then if we are now going anti-clockwise, it will be like this. It will go like so. What matters is what do you know about, like, how do you know your clockwise and anti-clockwise? So this is the horizontal, this is the slope we want to measure. At the anti-clockwise, we go like this. Now the angle you measure here when you are moving like this, how do you actually measure this angle? Do you measure it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Because the main convention is we should go anti-clockwise. So ask yourself a question: how do you measure the angle? For me, because the angle you are measuring, you are tracking, you are projecting. I don't know how we explain it. You are projecting the horizontal line onto the slope line or tangent line. So the direction you follow determine the polarity of the angle and the result we get when you take it as an input to the tangent function. Are you getting me? Now, for me, I want to be using anti-clockwise. Like, I want to use anti-clockwise. I want to try the anti-clockwise so that I want to be consistent with this anti-clockwise. So I want to go like this. So therefore, since I go like this, the angle must be positive. I don't need to polarize it with a negative sign. No, it will be, the angle will be positive. Yes, because I do like this. Now, which angle is that? The angle is plus 306.4 degree. So I will go to my calculator and I will type tangent of 306.4 degree. Right? Yeah, that is minus. You see, it actually shows its sign. That is what I like about tangent calculation. Minus 1.356 unit. That is approximately minus 1.36. Okay. Now the sign will help us to know the direction. The sign show us that the sellers are in control of that plane. Sellers are in control of that area. Why when we calculate the tangent effect of this guy, this session, we were getting around 3 points something. I couldn't remember, I didn't write it down, but it was 3 point something. So when we take the absolute values, like when we remove the polarities, we are looking at the absolute value. You discover that 3 point something is super greater than 1.36. Meaning that buyers are in control. As a position trader, all you need to do is to buy straight. You don't need to wait for retracement. Like if you have big equity, if you're a fund manager that will have up to $1 million, you can just risk 500,000. Just risk 500,000 on the account, or because you believe that it will happen. You can raise 500,000 and hedge the other 500,000 in another asset. So if this one go wrong, the other one will not go wrong. That is hedge fund trading. But that's not where I'm going. As a retail trader, you don't have small amount of money. You can go to lower time frame and position and follow this tangent effect. I'll be ending this video. To implement tangent effect is very hard because it does not work alone. You still need other technical analysis. you have to join our VIP to trade the same signal that we trade. Okay, if you look at the thumbnail, you see the massive profit on the thumbnail. That is the type of profit you are going to see when you join VIP. Thank you and bye for now.
If you're prepared to break the silence,